See right here from our Bull Runners account, just in, Purpose Investments secures final approval to launch XRP ETF. And this is what we're talking about in the intro. Major, huge, one of the largest cryptos in the world, XRP, will now have a Purpose Investment ETF launch. And this is a significant step for cryptocurrency adoption. This is building on their prior success. They've already got a Bitcoin and an Ethereum ETF, as noted in January 31st, 2025. This coincides with heightened XRP market activity, including a 250% trading volume surge reported on March 31st by XRP Authority, driven by favorable Ripple versus SEC court rulings that should also potentially be announced today or tomorrow, which is absolutely massive. So fundamentally, news continues to pile in positive for XRP. The Wolf of All Streets on X also chiming in, Purpose Investments XRP ETF to launch on the Toronto Stock Exchange officially June 18th. After receiving their final approval. But as we just talked about over on Forex Factory Red Folder News, the Fed is set to announce its interest rate decision this Wednesday. Will they hike, hold, or cut? Let me know your opinion down in the comments section. I think they're going to be cutting rates. Now, a lot of people think that they're going to just hold steady. We more than likely are not going to hike. I would love to see a cut. Will the full point of cut come? No, but some percentage of cut will be coming, in my personal opinion. Let me know your opinion down in the comments. Now, Jerome Powell does face some pressure with this announcement tomorrow because of crude oil, which has recently just spiked because this crazy Middle East war with Iran and, of course, Israel getting into this absolute nuclear potential ballistic missile launches. People think that both countries are secretly hiding a nuclear weapon. But regardless, if Iran were to close down the Strait of Hormuz, we'd be in an extreme problem area with oil because they would not be able to transfer back and forth with ease. And when you head over to Polymarket, which is a betting site that you can bet on basically everything around the world, users are predicting a 97.5% chance that the Fed will cut rates this week. So as I said, let me know down in the comments, what is your opinion? Also, while you're here on X, don't forget to head over to the Bull Runners page. We are giving away $100 worth of XRP. We give it away every single Sunday. Congratulations to Daniel for winning our previous XRP giveaway. If you want a chance to win next, all you have to do is follow us here on X, like, retweet, and comment XRP on the post, and subscribe to our daily newsletter, which will also give you a copy of Altcoin Secrets, the underground guidebook to becoming crypto millionaire. Just click the orange button, enter your best email, and send me my free ebook, and you are logged in. And it's a major geopolitical financial news. This is very positive. We know that the G7 summit is going on right now, and breaking EU Commissioner is prepared to accept the flat rate U.S. tariff of 10% under clear conditions. Now, as you know, there's been a crazy trade war going on ever since Trump actually got inaugurated and into office. He's been threatening extremely high tariffs to different countries. The EU, he says, has been bullying the United States for years, and this was one of his major pushes, besides China, to get the EU deal done. And this is going to be a massive plus for all of the world's economy once this tariff situation is settled, because it will get rid of uncertainty and volatility and FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt within the markets. When markets have a clear direction of where they're going, boom, things tend to go that way. Also, just in, JP Morgan, the world's largest bank, has filed a trademark application for a new stablecoin named JPMD. Now, they've been working on for their stablecoin for a very, very long time. It hasn't been perfected for them yet. Maybe they finally figured it out. Maybe they will be running their coin on the XRPL. But regardless, they've got their name locked in. It's going to be JPMD. And as we know, we got one ETF approved in Canada. Now, tomorrow, we're also going to be getting huge announcements from the Franklin Templeton XRP fund. It has a deadline of tomorrow. Cobb says, fingers crossed here. Everyone in the XRP community's fingers crossed here. It looks like we might start pricing some of this very positive news in, because all cryptos are pumping today. XRP up extremely good today. So this would just be an addition on top, continuing to pump the markets for XRP. Just in, Japanese Bitcoin treasury giant Metaplanet surpasses 1 trillion yuan market cap now. The Bitcoin effect is real and unstoppable. So if you were an investor over in the Japanese stock market and you got involved with Metaplanet, it is nearly the exact same thing as MicroStrategy, but a different company and based out of Japan. But as you can see, they have been absolutely ripping from 200 billion to $1 trillion. They've 5x their market cap just by switching over to this Bitcoin effect. Now, one thing that I've been talking about to the community a lot lately is Ethereum. I think Ethereum is setting up for a crazy bull flag push up to 3,600. Well, BlackRock has accumulated $230 million worth of ETH just this week. Spot ETFs show the biggest inflow in 4 months, and this could be the start of the biggest altcoin season ever. On top of that, more bullish news, Ethereum whales accumulated $2.5 billion in ETH on Sunday, the largest daily inflow since 2018, as price consolidates in a multi-month range similar to 2017. And more international news, just in, Vietnam passes law to officially recognize crypto assets. And as we know, Bitcoin, BlackRock, definitely getting going. BlackRock Spot Bitcoin ETF bought a total of 10,290 Bitcoin this week, while only around 3,150 were mined on average. So that is triple the number of Bitcoins created this week. BlackRock bought them. So on top of Bitcoin, they are also accumulating Ethereum. Watch out for BlackRock in the future. They obviously are usually ahead of the game. You want to stay on track with them. Heading over to the charts for XRP, we're currently looking at the daily charts. A couple of things. First and foremost, the very first thing I like to check on the charts is our long-term momentum waves here. We are still below the zero line on our Wolfpack indicator, so we're still technically bearish. However, if we take a look at what's going on here from this low right here to this low right here, we do have an incline in the momentum waves here for XRP, which is very positive news. We're also starting to see our short-term and mid-term momentum waves flip back positive. It was having a check down, and we talked about that in yesterday's video, that there is a possibility we could get a reversal here that would be very positive for XRP starting to move to the upside. Now, today's volume, incredibly amazing to the upside, up 16 cents, 7.65% right now. We are running into a resistance level, as we talked about in the beginning of the video. I was going to point these out. We do need to break above $2.33. After we get above that, the next level that I'm really watching, and we've been talking about now for weeks, is this level here at $2.43. The reason that's so important is if you switched to the weekly charts, the last time we were at this level and we tried to break this level just recently, but it didn't. So the highs were from March 17th and March 24th, that week right there. Those are currently our weekly highs that we need to break to confirm new market structure. Now, we do have really good news that we did not break below these lows here, which is very positive, and we're starting to see a massive push. Remember, this candle less than 24 hours ago, the new weekly candle just breaking open now. Our short-term and mid-term momentum waves have reset to zero, so they are looking to make a massive move to the upside. And last time we got into this scenario was when momentum had reset to zero on the short term, all the way back here, October 28th in the first week of November, and then we started our massive move to the upside. We have not gotten that yet out of XRP. Now, when we take a look at the Bitcoin charts, we have got that move. We've gotten the move from the reset to zero and the push to the upside. And that's when price from Bitcoin went from 78,000 to its new all-time high, 112,000. So a nice 42% run to the upside. And what's also really important is when we take a look at the weekly charts for Bitcoin, December 16th and December 9th, these weekly candles right here left us a nice weekly candle body high. The week right here of May 5th did not penetrate that. As you can see, the wick penetrated, but the body did not. The very next week, we had the continuation candle. We've now come down, retested the area. We've also retested the 10 exponential moving average on the weekly charts here, and we're starting to push away from that. When we jump over to XRP,